Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today, we're taking a closer look at the second generation of the Orient Kamasu. When Orient introduced the first Kamasu a couple of years ago, it soon became a favorite among watch enthusiasts when it comes to affordable divers, as Orient went with the same case as the Mako and Ray, but improved the crystal to sapphire and also improved the grip of the bezel, making it easier to grip than the ones on Mako and Ray, but still keeping it elegant and not too protruding like the one found on the Seiko SKX. The first generation Kamasu also changed the traditional sloped chapter ring with minute markers to a vertical one and transferred the markers onto the dial, making misalignment issues almost impossible to happen. They also used larger and longer hands that now finally reached their designated markers, unlike the Ray and Mako, making the Kamasu an improvement in every way possible. It also came with an original dial featuring rectangle markers, so if you wanted a more traditional looking diver with round markers, you were stuck with Ray, which meant you had to make a compromise of looks versus specs. This second generation solves that issue, as all the improvements we saw on the first Kamasu are still here, including the long hands and the dial positioned minute hashes. But the dial is a traditional diver dial with round markers. So now if you want something cheaper and more basic, you go for the Ray. And if you want something a little better but still looks and wears the same as Ray, you have this. Speaking of wear, with 41.5mm in diameter and relatively short lug-to-lug of 46.8, this is pretty much perfect for any size wrist. What specs don't show you is just how well proportioned this watch is. I think the relations between the dial, hands, bezel, and case are even better now than they were on the Ray. And with the new colorways that include this transition between lighter and darker shades, make this one of the best looking Orient models I have handled. The cream colored lume goes perfectly with the green dial, and despite being cream, it glows like crazy. The bicolor aluminum bezel insert is also done in a tasteful way, appearing pure black most of the time, but get it at the right angle and light, and it shows the dark green portion, making it more interesting and better suited for the dial color. There are other colorways available, but this one is definitely my favorite. The rest is pretty much the same, so the movement used is an Orient in-house made automatic caliber F6922 that beats away at 21,600 bph and features both hacking and hand winding. It also has a quick set date and day, luckily without the extra button at 2 o'clock. The bracelet is still the same, and although very comfortable and well suited for the watch, I wish Orient used this as an opportunity to upgrade it to feature solid end links and a machined clasp, as the hollow ones just look outdated in this time and age, when most micros even offer on-the-fly glide adjustment on the clasp. But even with these shortcomings, Kamasu II is still one of the best bang-for-buck divers, and thanks to small improvements over the years, remains one of the rare ones to offer a perfect look and feel that dive watches used to have before they became chunky and oversized. With a price going between $260 and $350, it is slightly more expensive than the first generation Kamasu, but I'm sure the prices will even out with it within a year or two, as they're basically the same watch, done in a slightly different way. I always prefer more original designs, so I would always choose a Mako over Ray, but when it comes to Kamasu, I have to admit I prefer this one more than the first generation. Maybe it's down to the color of the dial or color of the markers and hands. I don't know. All I know is that I find this way more beautiful than the original Kamasu, and it would definitely be the one I would go for. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and until the next video, bye.